Good day, everyone. I'm Hemraaj, and today I'll be discussing a study that explores the impact of AI, which is artificial intelligence, on the electrical and electronic engineering productivity in the construction industry. The research highlights AI's potential to address inefficiencies and it identifies the gaps in existing studies. So now we're going to move along to the materials and methods. The study used a quantitative approach incorporating statistical analysis, surveys, and established frameworks like the technology acceptance model. It measured the AI's effect on productivity, cost reduction, and its efficiency. However, limitations included a small sample size and a lack of qualitative data. So now we're going to move along to the result. The findings revealed that AI integration significantly improved its efficiency, increasing it from 77.6% to 87.4%, while reducing cost by 15 to 20%. AI also enhances defect detection accuracy to 90.2% and decreases equipment downtime from 130 to 97 hours. Companies that adopted AI outperformed those with minimal adoption. Now that we are done with the results, now we're going to move along to the discussion. While these results confirm that AI's benefits, the study acknowledges certain limitations, including a small sample size, lack of control group, and insufficient exploration of long-term effects and workforce applications. So, for the conclusion, AI significantly optimizes EEE processes in construction, but further research is needed to expand the dataset, analyze employment impacts, address ethical concerns, and compare AI-driven approaches with traditional methods. So, in summary, AI has the potential to revolutionize EEE in construction, improving productivity, cost efficiency, and defect detection. However, more research is necessary to fully understand its long-term effects. Thank you, and that's all from me.
Forward to the introduction. As we delve into the critique of the article introduction, it's important to recognize that an effective introduction serves several key roles. It sets the stage for the research, communicate the problem statement, review relevant literature, and outline the study objective and significance. Let's examine how well the introduction of this article fulfills this goal. Number 1. Overemphasize on AI benefit without addressing challenge. The introduction provides a comprehensive overview of the advantage of integrating artificial intelligence (AI) into electrical and electronic engineering within the construction industry. While highlighting benefits such as increased efficiencies and automation is useful, the introduction not acknowledge the inherent challenge and limitation associated with AI adoption. A balanced discussion should encompass both the benefit and the challenge, including technical complexities, ethical consideration, and the potential impact on the workforce. Addressing this challenge and would offer reader a more understanding of the subject matter. The second part is literature review. A strong literature review is fundamental in establishing the context for new research. It demonstrates the author's familiarity with existing studies, identify gaps in current knowledge, and justify the necessity of current studies. In this article, the literature review is notably superficial. It lacks depth and failed to critically engage with previous research findings. By not simply comparing and contrasting existing studies, the introduction missed the opportunity to highlight the unique contribution of the current research. An expanded literature review will not only strengthen the foundation of the study, but also enhance its credibility. And the third part is repetitive point leading to redundancy. Clarity and conciseness are hallmark of an effective introduction. However, this article introduction contains sample of repetition, where certain points are reiterated without adding new insight. Such redundancy can detract from the overall clarity and may lead to reader disengagement. Streamlining the introduction by eliminating repetitive statements will result in a more coherent and impactful narrative, allowing reader to grasp the body message more efficiently. Next, we move forward to the recommendation for improvement. So, for improvement, balanced discussion to provide a more comprehensive overview. The introduction should integrate a discussion on the challenge, ethical concerns, and limitation associated with AI adoption in the construction industry. This balanced approach will offer reader a holistic view of the topic. And the second one is enhance the literature review. By expanding the literature review to include a critical analysis of previous study, will help in identifying the research gap more effectively. Comparing and contrasting existing findings would justify the current study relevant and contribution to the field. And the third part is by eliminating redundancy. Revising the introduction to remove the repetitive content will improve clarity and maintain reader engagement. A concise and focused introduction sets a strong foundation for the rest of the
Assalamualaikum and good evening. My name is Faiz Fahmi and I will be discussing the material and method section of our study, highlighting key critiques and recommendations for improvement. So the first key point in the our critique is the small sample size. This can limit the generalizability of our results, making it difficult to us to draw strong conclusions that can be applied to a broader population. Next key point is the lack of qualitative data. While quantitative data used in the study provides numerical insights, qualitative data is also important because it can add depth by capturing the experience, opinions, and motivations of participants. Lastly, the insufficient details on data collection. Important factors such as number of respondents and demographics used in the study are not well documented. Without this detail, it becomes difficult for us to assess the reliability and reproducibility of the study. So the first suggestion for improvement is to increase the sample size. A larger sample size would reduce bias, improve statistical significance, and ensure that conclusions made are more representative of the target population. The next key point of suggestion is to incorporate qualitative methods such as interviews, case studies, or open-ended survey questions. This method would provide larger and deeper insights into participant experience, helping us understand the why behind the numeric data obtained. And lastly, to provide more details on data collection. We should specify the number of respondents or the demographic breakdown. This transparency will enhance the credibility of our study and allow others to replicate or build upon our research.
Next, for result, for critique, one major limitation is the lack of a control group. Without a group of non-AI driven companies for comparison, it's hard to determine whether the observed improvement are truly due to AI or other factors. Secondly, while the results are presented, they lack deeper comparative analysis. For instance, the study does not thoroughly explore how AI-driven companies perform against traditional ones. Lastly, the discussion is limited, meaning that while the data is there, the implication and whether impacts are not fully explored. Now moving on to our recommendation. To strengthen the study, we suggest to include a control group which would allow for a clearer comparison between AI-driven and non-AI-driven companies under similar conditions. Next, expanding the analysis to compare AI-driven improvement with traditional methods to improve and provide more meaningful insight into AI actual impact. Finally, it's important to discuss variation in AI adoption levels. Not all companies implement AI the same way. Exploring how different levels of AI adoption affect productivity can make the study more insightful. Now, let's move on to the discussion. Critique. One key issue is that the challenges of AI adoption are not sufficiently addressed. The study does not fully explore the real-world barriers companies face, such as cost, training, and resistance to change. Secondly, the study lacks a long-term perspective. It primarily focuses on short-term impacts without considering how AI might affect businesses and employees over time. Lastly, potential biases in company reported data are not explored. Since company may present AI adoption in a more favorable light, it could affect the accuracy of the findings. Recommendations. To strengthen the study, we suggest addressing real-world AI adoption challenges such as financial constraints and existing within organizations. Conducting longitudinal studies which track AI effects over time would provide a clearer picture of its long-term effect on the productivity and workforce roles. Lastly, it's important to acknowledge potential biases in the data and suggest strategies to mitigate them. ensuring a more objective and reliable analysis.
As a conclusion, we can say that the article are lacks of discussion on ethical concerns such as job displacement and AI bias. The article also does not compare AI with other imaging technologies like IoT or digital twin models. Last but not least, the article does not suggest specific next steps for implementation in the construction industry.